just wanted a bit more experience on this level because nothing here is really dangerous, generally. If you want to be really lazy as an Alchemist, you can just do this. You can run back and forth and let your Golem kill things without even attacking them. It just takes a bit longer. And here's some new lore I'm not seeing yet. It's interesting. I just found another staff that has the exact same power as my old staff. So I'm not going to use it because I find cold to be less resisted than darkness damage, which is what it was. It's really better to keep your Alchemist alive, and that's because that's what runs through your gems really fast, is it's spending 15 Alchemist gems every time he dies. The Trollmire is really easy to navigate because, sorry about that, because all of the stairs are basically somewhere on the very far right side of the map, so you just run over to the right side of the map and make sure you explored every single square of it, and you'll find the stairs really fast that way, which is why it's a pretty nice starting dungeon to go to. Also because there's very few things that can kill you, aside from a troll if a troll stuns you. But as an Alchemist, if your Golem is alive, even if you get stunned, you're probably going to be fine. Bill at the bottom can be a really big hassle, is the issue for a lot of classes, but that's not really true for Alchemists either. Oh, well, maybe I should use a Dark Staff. I forgot all about the White Wolves, because they have 100% cold resistance. I accidentally hit both up and down, so I walked into the place and then walked right back out. I'm about to level up, but you level really slowly anymore after they changed to make it so that bosses are the... Ooh, this is bad. The way you deal with a enemy that's right in your face as an Alchemist is you just throw the bomb right behind them until you get Alchemist protection maxed, which should happen pretty late, because it's okay to max, but it's not really going to save your life a lot like other things are, because you can always just throw the bomb different ways. The only exception is if you max Explosion Mastery, which you probably should do if you're doing a bomb build like this, now that it's been buffed. I'm going to kill my Golem here, because he's the most convenient place to throw stuff onto. Oh yeah, the other nice thing about Halflings is Channel Staff. If you use Luck of the Little Folk, it can be a really strong ability due to the greatly increased crit rates, and you can't miss with it anyways. What does Luck of the Little Folk do anyways? Yeah, it increases your crit chance by 12%. And Channel Staff's one of those abilities that never really drops off in power, as long as you keep maxing the stuff out and finding better staves. Because even with this 4.5 damage thing, the reason I maxed Channel Staff is with Staff Master it'll do about 40 damage, and it's unresistible. Or you can't miss with it. It's not unresistible. And it means that you can totally ignore attack and things of that nature. It costs, and has a super low mana cost too. And you can play an Alchemist without your Golem, like I'm doing right now. You just have to throw bombs and run away. Oh, whoops. I don't have any gems. And this is just sort of pillar dancing, which is how you deal with vaults early game, especially as a Alchemist, because throw bombs is on a 4-tone cooldown. Oh, that's oh, I forgot to level up, which is probably why this is a bit more difficult than it should be. And the way I work is I just max throw bomb and channel staff. There's a lot of leeway, especially if you're playing on adventure, because even if you die, you can come back a few times. I'm gonna rest and make my Golem. What I mean by regen faster is if you select him and then hit R, that goes faster. And don't forget to increase your Golem stats every level. I think every 2 levels he gets a talent point too, but I'm not really clear on that. So your basic strategy, really though, is channel staff if you run into a single strong enemy. Oh, my golem just ran off and died. That's pretty normal. So I'm going to go back down. I don't really know if that counts as stair scumming, because I have no idea what killed him. I probably would have been fine anyways. I think there's going to be a lot of enemies in this area, so this might get a bit interesting. It's okay to target your golem with stuff as long as you're hitting like 4 or 5 people. Because like there was no way I could have kept him alive anyways, even though he cast her field a few times. So I'm pretty much just going to have to rely on like hit and run tactics. It's important to see what their HP is and stuff. I could, in theory, do this, or I could do this without having run away and stair scamming, which is what this is. But that involves a much slower diving process, and I tend to be a player that likes diving really fast. Also, if your golem is dead, you will generally die really fast if you're in a constricted open wide space like that. It's important to know that even though channel stuff will pass through your golem, if there's another enemy in front, you'll hit that enemy before hitting the enemy you're targeting. Oh, there is a skeleton mage, which is always annoying. He uses darkness 2%, but that does not matter when I only hit for 8 damage anyways. I'm using my wild infusion right now, and they're both dead. That, I believe, is actually a vault in the Trollmire, where the skeleton mage will spawn outside of the vault. I don't know if I can even get into this vault right now. Oh yeah, I can. The phase door runes I just got were pretty nice, but the shielding rune is much nicer than wild because they serve the same basic purpose. The only exception is if you run into a lot of insidious poison, which you won't in the Trollmire. And the shielding rune is going to be much nicer when I fight Bill, because it gives me a basic 100 extra HP for 4 turns, and Bill will hit for about 60 per turn. And if he stuns me, it'll keep me alive, hopefully. Around level 4 is when you first like have some deviating options, but pretty much you should, if you're going, you should either be maxing Throw Bomb, Channel Staff, or Channel Staff and and Golem abilities. The reason I don't like maxing Golem abilities is that the Golem's kind of finicky. Sometimes I'll run off and do random shit, and he's just too unreliable to really rely on the entire time, even though the AI is a lot better than it used to be. I'm kind of like rushing through the Trollmire because I've done